Hey everybody, it's Denny.
And this is James from TeaDB, and today we are reviewing another Taiwanese Oolong.
So we have Lishan Mountain Oolong.
Yep.
We're going to be doing just kind of normal test deal here. 7 grams of leaf. Really good looking leaf.
Yep, and you can see
verdant.
these actually look a little bit darker
Yeah.
than your average Oolong. And similar to the Yu Ling from last episode, this is a little bit darker from your really, really standard, very, very green high mountain Oolong. And this is actually made by the same producer as our 102K Yu Ling, interestingly.
Oops.
And this is called the Yu Ling, or not the Yu Ling, the Lishan Cui Luan. And I could be butchering that completely, but yeah. So Lishan teas in general, it tends to be a little bit higher mountain than your Alishan and Shanlishi. Big mountain too, so you could get some lower elevation Lishan as well. But not quite, it doesn't quite fetch the high price of a Yu Ling, but you're still looking at like $10 to $15 an ounce. So pretty expensive tea. This one is much more oxidized and roasted than your average one. And I think it's a little bit more, I think on the site, Tony mentioned that this is a little bit more oxidized and roasted than the Yu Ling from last episode. That smells very good. A lot of that same sweetness and corn, even more intense, I would say.
Like those little honey bear cracker thingies? What are those called? Graham honey?
Honey bear
honey
cracker.
Grams. Honey grams.
I like honey bear cracker things.
Like intense honey flavor, cinnamon.
Yeah.
Ooh. Cool.
Yeah.
Alright. Well, we'll do a pretty quick steep here, actually, to try that out.
Yep. So what are we looking at as far as like leaf to water ratio and all that stuff?
So 7 grams of leaf, 100 milliliter gaiwan.
Okay. So standard stuff.
Yeah, and these will expand dramatically pretty quickly here. So
Yep.
we'll go ahead and just start it right here.
Yep.
I guess we'll actually toss this out and do it as a rinse. But getting some really nice color out of that already. And we'll just throw this in here so we can smell it as well. Keep heating this stuff up. You can go ahead and smell that cup if you would like.
All right.
Really
getting some of those same smells, very sweet.
beautiful, really dark green leaves.
Yep.
And they're already expanding dramatically in here. Yeah. Do you tend to use a small gaiwan for oolong?
For oolong such as this, a nicer one, especially if I'm drinking by myself. Yeah, I do tend to.
Oh, hello.
Tea accident.
Oh man, I'm killing it today, guys.
Yeah, someone a little bit tea drunk.
Maybe.
Well, no leaves got everywhere, so if for everyone that's used the gaiwan, they know that these sorts of accidents do indeed happen, and the result can be scorched fingers.
Very true.
Yep.
All right, good sir. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Cheers.
So we're getting kind of a light yellow. Really nice nose on this, kind of like Denny was talking about.
Yeah, very aromatic.
Nice crispness, very fresh, and still got kind of like that sweetness that we got from last episode.
Yeah.
As a result of kind of that oxidation.
More viscosity, I think, coming off of this one.
Yeah, surprisingly considering the color too.
Yeah, definitely getting honey, maybe a little bit of that cinnamon spice.
Yeah. Yeah, and a little bit of spiciness. I would say it's a little bit more vegetal than the last tea.
Interesting.
But the sweetness is still one of the more pronounced flavors. And it's hard to describe the sweetness between this tea and the last. It is a little bit different, though. I guess you would probably describe it as kind of like more honey-ish than the previous tea.
You described it earlier as the sort of cane sugar sweet, which has more of a saccharine experience. It's more just kind of like that sweet, almost physical experience.
Yeah.
And this has like kind of more of a honey flavor itself, for me at least. Go ahead and top you up here.
All right.
So, go ahead and do this. Maybe this time I won't mess up.
Yeah.
Those leaves.
This is very nice. And you are using the gaiwan left-handed, so we've kind of got our ambidextrous gaiwan user.
It's true, although I did get very good, not very good, obviously, decent at teaery, tea making, with the left hand, as I had shoulder surgery a while ago.
Yep, if you remember back to episode 9 or 10.
Very true.
His arm was right there.
Very true. I had to teach you how to do...
matcha.
Yeah. that was hilarious.
That was a fun time.
There we go.
Yep, a little bit deeper yellow, kind of what we'd expect.
Definitely deeper yellow.
Generally speaking, as the rolled oolong begins to open up, you're just going to get, as leaves unfurl, you're going to get a deeper and darker color, a little bit more body. All that freshness and crispness on the front end still.
Maybe a little bit more, some mineral-y a little bit, in a pleasant way. It's strange. It's like this, I don't know if you've ever, so someone can relate to this, maybe sort of like restricting your salt intake dramatically, and you'll really start to taste, and stopping eating a lot of processed foods. If you do so, you'll find that things like tomatoes and spinach are very salty, naturally. And this is kind of reminding me of that. It's got that salty experience to it. Yeah. So, man, just on the nose of this, just the most intense honey.
Yeah, it's got a great nose to it.
I'm gonna say something kind of strange. So you know that smell of ramen packets? And how it's kind of like that weird salty.
Oh, very salty. Yeah.
Kind of bouillon-y smell.
Don't eat ramen if you're trying to reduce your salt intake.
No, don't eat instant ramen ever. Basically,
Never.
Unless you're in college, and then I guess it's forgivable. Anyway, a little bit of that, and that's kind of reminiscent of the salty mineral thing I was talking about. So this is nice and yellow and beautiful. Kind of more on the yellow-green side than on the yellow-orange side.
Yep.
Really lovely. What do you think about this in terms of the roast and the oxidation on this? Is it roasted?
It is roasted. It's a little bit roasted, and I think it's a little bit more roasted than our tea from the previous episode. And it's subtle, and it's balanced. So it's not like an overpowering roast or anything like that. And I'm certain that the producer's intent was to kind of keep this nice light roast that preserves the original tea's character, but also adds to the tea and makes it a little bit more interesting than those that are like soup that just drink Taiwanese Oolong all day, as we have done in the past, and are just very used to that very, very green, minimally oxidized taste.
Yeah, I think the lightness of this tea is not nearly it's not nearly as light as the Yu Ling that we just tried earlier. And as a result, it makes me think that I want to drink this maybe even with food, but I could drink it later on in the day when my palate's been a little bit, gunkified with some food or whatever, and have it still be really tasty. So this is interesting. It feels like a more broad drinker.
Yep.
For whatever reason to me.
Yeah, and this tea also is cheaper than the previous episode, and the price on it is actually very, very good. I think it's $15 for 37 grams.
Oh, wow.
So it's like $11 or $12 an ounce, which is very, very good for a Lishan, and very, very good for a nice Lishan like this one.
This would be a great introductory tea for friends, I think, because it's really high quality.
Yep.
They're really going to get that experience, of, oh my gosh, I'm drinking something I've never had before.
Yep.
But you can kind of mess it up and have them brew it and teach them how to do it and the whole 9 yards.
It's high quality, so if they mess it up, it's only going to be so bad. And it's kind of got, I think for people, in my experience at least, one of the coolest things about rolled oolongs is that they get to see the flavor of the tea evolve as they steep it out. And so that's just really awesome. You get to see the color change, get a little bit deeper. You get to experience that fuller body as you're continuing on in your session. And for a lot of new tea drinkers, that's just really, really cool to see.
Yeah, and the other thing too is that the aroma on this is just spectacular.
Yep.
Really strong and very distinctive. So people that are used to drinking Earl Grey tea or whatever, their Lipton tea, bergamot-ish, be like, wow, this is a different sort of situation. So
yeah, it's pretty great.
Really tasty. Cool. Well, if people wanted to learn more about tea stuff, James, what should they do?
Well, there's this one website called TeaDB.org. We've written a lot of great content on Taiwanese oolongs, filmed a lot of episodes on Taiwanese oolongs. So if you're interested in Taiwanese oolongs, which is a pretty grand genre of tea, you should definitely go check it out. You should also check out Origin Tea. They have a lot of different options, especially when you're talking about premium high mountain tea. Tony, who is the owner there, is based in Taiwan, so he's able to, which is way into tea. So he's able to kind of like source a bunch of different teas, not just Taiwanese oolongs, from Taiwan, and offer that to people at a pretty good price.
Yeah. So thank you, Tony, and thanks you guys for checking this out. If you want to, subscribe to our YouTube channel at tdb.org, and we'll see you guys next time.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Cheers.